Or he's like, hell yeah, it is fast, bro. Catch me on the takeover. Stop watching if you do that. We do not want you here.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back.
This is the Late Night Motor Club.
The only podcast you care about. I am Alex Burley.
I am Steven Nadosky.
And I am Tyler.
And I still need a haircut. So I'm wearing a beanie and a hat for like the 7th episode in a row.
I got mine 2 days ago, so you guys need to get on it.
Keith is also back with us again, as always.
Yeah.
We got the director's cut this time.
Yeah. Keith.
Yes.
Today's episode
is brought to you by
Pennzoil. No, I'm just kidding.
Truck Nuts.
We wish. Yeah, Truck Nuts. You know us. Truck Nuts.
Truck nuts.
But today's episode, we're going to dive into a little on a topic near and dear to my heart, and I definitely know at least a little bit of you guys as well, since I know you're emotionally invested in your vehicles. But
I am.
we're going to go over
Quite true.
the differences between buying a car based off of emotion and buying a car based off of specs or track times and all that kind of whack shit, you know.
Right. And
Fighting
before
words.
we start today's episode, would you please
So
Please.
subscribe?
Please.
subby wubby to
Hit
our potty
that.
waddy.
That's a different
Wow.
show.
Oh, okay. Like, subscribe,
Yeah.
comment, all that type of stuff. But yeah, subscribe, follow along. It's something where
One more subscriber closer to getting Alex Burley to his LFA, which we know he got close to his dream. He came within proximity of one.
So close. I saw my first one ever in person because I took my car in for service. Nice. Real car guys take their cars for service. They don't do it themselves.
Did they service it?
Yeah, the oil change on the alignment rack as always because it's back. But I saw my first one, Nürburgring edition.
it was yellow too.
It's yellow.
Yes, it was literally my dream one. That day is the first day I found out those cars are not 500 grand. They're
Yeah.
about 2 million. So exactly, Keith. We're never having one. I feel it. I feel the pain.
They were really selling it for $2 million.
Yeah, that exact one just came down from San Francisco apparently, and it was posted up for sale for 1.9999999.
Okay, well, I mean, just keep an eye on it. Somebody in this area obviously will buy it, and just ask them for a ride, dude.
And then I'll just rob them. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, no, just keep an eye on them just to make sure.
Follow them
you know
around
where they-
everywhere, maybe for a
you know
couple
where they
months.
live
Yeah,
and-
get their garage code.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
And then
not
what
like-
you do is you do the clean sweep. You wrap your car yellow. You
Replace
drive,
it.
You drive their car out, leave the keys, and they come out, and they're like,
Do the
Something
Indiana
a little
Jones
different.
swap.
yeah.
It's an even trade. All that 326 stuff, it adds
Close
up.
to
it all-
close to
yeah,
2 mil.
it's
It all balances out.
Easy there. Easy.
Negative 10 degrees, negative 2 mil in my bank account.
See,
Same
that
thing.
that owner won't know the difference.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Probably not because he never drives it. Anyways,
And
back
it's
to
probably
today's show.
because he's probably not emotionally attached to it. He's
Yeah.
just buying it.
Yeah, that's why
because
it's
it's
Or
cool.
he is actually emotionally attached to wanting that exact car.
Probably because
But-
it's the slowest supercar out of all the supercars, and that's the only reason that you would ever buy it.
But it sounds amazing, which ties into the passion side of the emotions, where it's
Precisely.
exactly.
If
I
you
didn't
had-
even think about this, like bringing this up for this episode. It just happened to be that way. But that is like the perfect example of like a supercar that is like a passion supercar because on paper it's not
It's
for the
slow
price.
as shit.
Yeah, for the price you can go
I
get
know,
an
Keith.
SVJ or something.
Not even an S. Like you can get like a McLaren 765.
But
Oh my
what are we
God,
talking
dude.
about? It's $2 million. We could get a Bugatti here.
If I
We could get 1,000.
Oh yeah, you can get a car that goes 250 plus.
I will never spend 2 million on a car, even if I have 30 million. So
You're
I would
telling me.
rather-
You're telling me right now. You're Jeff Bezos. You
I
have.
kill myself. End of story. You said Jeff Bezos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kill myself.
Well, I'm not saying you are Jeff Bezos specifically. You got Jeff Bezos' bank. Okay. 2 mil is, I don't know, a steak dinner. Like nothing.
One thing I noticed about those people that have those levels of money, they're not out buying cars or anything like that. They're at such a different level of things where it's like they're
Well,
they're-
I gotta imagine you get desensitized to stuff.
Oh yeah.
like they don't care about cars. All they care about is what they're doing for work. That's literally their life. That's all they care about. They don't care about having this car, this materialistic thing, like with like Elon Musk. Like he doesn't care about materialistic things or anything like that. Jeff Bezos, like None of them do.
His
They have-
penis-shaped rocket ship says otherwise.
but it's like that's not something where they're just okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that not material?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying to go to other planets.
They're
That's like,
the most materialist. Anyways, that's a different
Okay.
topic. That's a
Wait,
totally different
That's
podcast.
a completely
Yeah.
different podcast.
okay, so I'm
Anyways.
sorry for bringing up the Jeff Bezos thing. I just meant money-wise, okay? This man's got billions of dollars. They equated it. He bought, I think it was a house for 140-something million, and he equated it to your average person making 60 grand a year buying a steak dinner. That's what the equivalent was to him.
Nice.
Nothing.
God,
That's what I'm saying. So I'm
See,
saying
that
if you
would
have
be-
that type of money,
that
you're
would be
telling
nice,
me
though.
you're not going to spend $2 million on that LFA.
Well, I feel like, even obviously he's the richest person in the world. So even not to that extent, just like
I feel like
rich
it's-
Orange County people, I feel like treat these supercars that they are like kind of flex pieces or whatever, or like status symbols in the same way that they do like Rolexes or like Rich Millie's or whatever.
Yeah.
Just because it's like an investment, it's guaranteed to go up. Like you're not buying a Ferrari F40 being like, cool car, but I'm gonna lose a little money.
Yeah.
You're like, no, you're gonna spend that money, and as long as you don't scratch it, that's probably gonna be worth double in like 4 years.
Right, but I kind of am.
To go on your point, if I had billions of dollars and money was not an issue,
And you couldn't spend it quick enough?
I would have a insane collection. I would have houses just for cars to put stuff in.
Right. I feel like at that type of level when you're buying things, I know we're on a fucked up course for this podcast,
Yeah.
but
Big tangent.
but what I was saying is if you have that type of money, I'm definitely going to side with Joe Rogan on this.
Oh God,
I'm sorry.
this is a bad episode,
If
bro.
you have that type of money, it's socially irresponsible for you not to have some cool stuff.
Oh, I would say it's socially irresponsible to get that much cool stuff.
Really?
Yeah, help people. Don't buy a $2 million car, dude.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
True,
Okay,
but-
back to the topic.
Anyways, passion purchases, not passion builds like
Okay.
episode 2.
So 2 things. We got passion, emotion. That's the reason why you're buying a car.
Passion, emotion.
On the other sand, other sand.
Passion,
Other
emotion on the
side.
other sand.
We have, like, let's say you're buying a car just because it's a fast car. That, like, just off of, like, a spec or something like that. So,
So a lot of people
In
would
your
talk
case-
crap like, oh, go. I was going to point the camera at you. I was going to say a lot of
Well-
people would say GTIs are slow.
For as much money as you've put in that, dude, you could have bought a 911.
okay, yeah, perfect example. I have, let's throw out a number. Like, I've,
$5.
after I'm going to be done with this version of the car, I'm probably going to be upwards, I would say close enough to the 6 digits. And
Yeah.
that's something where if I didn't spend any of that money on the car and I would have all that money, I could have honestly had a house by now.
Let's
But
face it. Who's
in-
going to buy a 6-figure GTI?
Well, yeah, but
Well-
also let's face it. Even if you didn't have the GTI, I don't think you would have like
Save that money.
passively, unknowingly been like, you know what? I'm gonna stockpile this in my closet. I feel like you
I-
probably have another hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be spending it on other things, and that's one thing where it's like people saying, "Oh, if you didn't spend all that money, like you would have." No, you don't know your life path if
Yeah.
it went a different direction. There could have been other things that would have unfolded in that other life path based off something else. The life path that you're on is the one you're on because of choices you made. In terms of the choices I made with having my GTI, the reason why is because I chose it as a passion. It's something where the GTI is my personal investment car. It's not something where I'm building it because I'm trying to sell it when it's done. That is not the case. But that's one thing where people buy cars just to sell them. They don't care about the car itself. They just buy it because they know they can make money off it.
With people like us, it's like that. It's that perfect hallway of hindsight where you're like, "Ooh,
I
if I
could
didn't
have.
have done this, I would have done that." And you're like, "No, you wouldn't have." But yeah, exactly what you're saying. Like, you put money in your car because you want to, not for like resale purposes, obviously. You know.
Yeah, this is a deep podcast. Steven hit me with a hard one saying, you're in the spot that you're in because of the choices that you've made.
Mm-hmm.
Really makes you reflect on all
I
the
think
things.
we all are, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like can't necessarily look back and see like, oh, if I did that differently, I would have had. No, you cannot predict that. You can't go to the past and try to rework what you've gone through
You can.
and think of what you've done, like where you would have gotten if you've done. No, you can't predict those things in life. What you have to do is look at where you are now and try to make better based off the past.
Make better.
Make better.
Yes. Name of the podcast episode: How
Make
to
better.
Make Better.
How to make? You got the memo.
Anyways, so when we're talking about these like cars, I know we started off with the LFA, which is the most, I think, extreme
That's a
example.
very extreme example.
Yeah. I would say on a lesser scale, things of just like cars can be within the same price range, but have completely
Drastically different
Performance.
performances.
So
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
give
yeah.
an example. Not calling anybody out who has this car, but let's talk in like that, like 50 grand price range, because a 50 grand price range is something where there's a lot of good cars in that price range.
Yeah, like clapped Civic, clapped LSs. Those are all like 50 grand now. 100,000 miles.
Right.
Everyone wants 50 grand.
But a car in that price range would be like Hellcats.
Are they?
Oh, I feel like we're a little bit steeper of a price for a Hellcat.
Are Hellcats 50
Yeah.
grand?
I don't know. Somebody Google this.
I've never looked at a price of
Well,
it.
it just changed his
disregard the
opinion of
50
it.
grand, but let's
Just
talk
change his
about
opinion on the Hellcat.
like the Hellcats. They're something where it's a big V8, high horsepower for what you're getting, but it's fairly
It's a lot of power for your money.
it's a lot of power for your money, where a lot of people buy it just because it's a very powerful car, and that's just it. But then you also have the guy that's
Try adding another 50 grand onto the Hellcat.
Oh, is that $100?
Hellcat's going for like 100.
Bro, 99.29, 99.28, 101.97.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay 100
I heard
grand for that.
I like just recently saw somewhere that like the Hellcat used to be more affordable.
It used to be.
Didn't
That's
it?
that's what I'm basing
Yeah.
it off of. But
Yeah,
I guess
maybe. Prices have gone up.
times have changed.
They realized how sick they are, so they added that sick tax.
Sick tax.
Well, I mean, you
but-
know why they're so expensive, right? You're buying a yacht.
Hellcat Whipple.
Yeah.
Don't- Don't talk to me about boats.
No,
If there's anybody who knows boats,
have you driven a Challenger?
yeah, it valet.
It's
You can't even see
you
out of
can't
it.
see out. No.
Dude, that's
Um,
my biggest thing.
But what's another car within that 50 grand price range that might be considered more of an emotional purchase
Okay.
compared to the Hellcat?
An emotional purchase, I would say a Supra, okay, because we're
A new one?
a new one. We're at 50 grand,
Mhm.
right? Or you can buy a really nice BMW.
Which one?
I don't know my
A
series.
50 grand one?
Yeah, 50 grand one.
Yeah.
Here's a better.
I mean,
example.
even like within the price ranges of my car, which is new, like 106, the M5 is in that same price range, walks my car.
Here's a better example. You got a Hellcat, or you could buy an older 911.
Oh, older
Yeah.
911 all day.
Older
yeah.
911, like if you just buy
All day.
like base model, like it's not going to be that fast. It's
One car is historical, beautiful, enjoyable to drive, and the other one's a Hellcat.
yep,
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
There's- the Hellcat is like that. I feel like that's really such a perfect example for like a spec car, where it's like people buy this because it does one thing, and that's blow through tires.
Well,
We have
there's
somebody
gonna
at
be-
home who's watching this, diehard, loves the Late Night Motor Club, has a Hellcat, and he's going to be like, man, fuck these guys.
Or he's like, hell yeah, it is fast, bro. Catch me on the takeover. Stop watching if you do that. We do not want you here.
But there's going to be cars that are pretty much built to be fast, built to have power, and so be it. And then there's cars that are meant for the driving experience, to
Yeah.
where there's going to be certain cars that aren't fast, but they perform well and they're very enjoyable to drive. And people go and buy those cars because they're just fun to drive. It's
I
not-
think a prime example. I'm sorry, Steven. I keep cutting you off.
Yeah, you do.
Go for it.
Go
I keep
say it.
I keep cutting
Say
you
it.
off.
You
I keep
already
thinking of
started.
another one. Well, as you're talking about older 911s, you can even do an older Carrera, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pay 30 grand because some of them are cheap, right?
Yeah.
If you get a higher mileage Carrera for 30 grand, or you can buy a brand new Miata, drastically different in performance.
Totally.
Yep.
Still
But-
buying that 911.
Still buying
Yeah,
the
yeah.
911.
Yeah.
And that's where like some people see like the new Miata, they see it more practical. It's a new car. It's going to perform better because it's newer.
It's gonna last longer.
But then there's the other side where the passion and emotion side with the 911, you value a proper, beautiful vintage car.
Yeah. They're definitely like two
And
very different options.
There's a lot of people that they don't give two shits about older cars anymore. They just see it outdated, it can't perform well, this, blah, blah, blah. They'll go for the newer stuff.
Yeah.
But then there's the people that value the heritage behind it. They value how the car drives based off how it was during that time, because there's certain cars that are, let's say, pre-90s that perform so well for those times. It's insane.
Yeah.
Because
but like
that's how you have to treat those cars. You can't compare them to a brand new car that has all this technology. You have to value it as how it was in that time range and appreciate it for that time range too.
Yeah, non-car people just look at like the older stuff is like, oh yeah, that's like outdated and shitty
It's
now.
junk.
Instead of like
it's old junk.
historically relevant.
The nostalgia. I think there are some things that you can just not trade for nostalgia whatsoever. Driving an older car that's period correct for its time era, and some of these cars are really time capsules now, where you go in, you look at the technology, it's just fun to drive. Their transmission, I'm talking about like a manual transmission, the way things shift, and even the driving experience overall. Now
Just
having
more like raw.
not driving by throttle by wire or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, just the responsiveness is just drastically different. Totally.
I think that big like box of that car people get like dragged into, or that maybe some like newer car people don't maybe realize yet, or maybe they're just not about that type of stuff. But I feel like exactly what we're talking about. These price ranges, they hold like a large array of different cars that hold very different purposes, and like a lot of newer or more narrow-minded car people see that and they're like, the only good one is the fastest one of that thing,
or the
instead
newest
of
one.
the
So,
one that provokes the most emotion.
Not calling out American cars, but they're just a very good example for this category.
Of emotionless plastic.
They like they like pushing the horsepower to the extremes.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you look at the Corvette, you look at the Challenger, you look at the
Horsepower
the Mustang.
for price.
Yeah,
like-
they try to push the limits with how much horsepower they could get out of it for the price. And then you like look at European cars. Look at like the new 911s.
400 horsepower since the
cars like
beginning of
that.
time.
It's like, okay, you're going to have 250 less horsepower than the American alternative high-performance sports car.
But your car will look good.
But also you have to think, how well is the car actually going to perform driving-wise? Yeah, these high-horsepower cars, they could go straight very fast.
Yeah, most American shit is just straight line.
But will it handle in the canyons? Will it handle the Nürburgring well?
What is it, like the GT
The
500s or 50s?
The
or
new
whatever?
Mustang, those
The
GT500s were, I mean, actually Mustang, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Mustang. Recently, I believe it was in 2015 when they got an IRS, an independent rear suspension, and they dramatically changed from being that rear-wheel drive, solid rear axle drive into people into, this can actually handle on a track. And now some of these things are actually wicked, like
I feel like a lot of
handling,
American cars are leaning more towards that. And as much as I hate American cars or don't like Mustangs or whatever, they are becoming like really well balanced. Like
if I had to
cars.
choose between, let's say, Challenger, Charger, Mustang, and Camaro, because those are kind of like the 3-4 kind of go-to cars when it comes to like American new school muscle cars, I would choose a Mustang all day between Camaro, Challenger, Charger, Mustang.
I'm on that same Mustang.
Because
I'd take the bus.
Would you really? The Hellcat.
okay,
I'm good.
No, but between those four cars,
Yeah.
the Mustang is
The most balanced.
it's the most balanced in terms of a driving car, because having driven, like, I've driven a Challenger, I've driven a Charger, I've driven a Mustang, and also a Camaro. Camaro is kind of like in between. Mustang kind of drives more in terms of a handling car, in my opinion. With a Challenger and a Charger, I can't see across the hood. That's the
Yeah.
hard part.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're very more
They're-
boat-like,
yeah.
but it's like it's to each their own. It's like I'm coming from a person who is a very Euro-influenced person, smaller cars especially too, to where it's like instinctively I'm going to pick the Mustang because it's the least boat-like car
Yeah.
out of the four.
I picked Mustang because I like cars that
Well,
have.
your first car was a Mustang.
Yeah,
So
my
you're not
first
biased,
car
right?
was
Yeah.
Mustang. I love Mustang, but I feel like Mustang has the most heritage. Mustang has never stopped production.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
They should. but
Camaro
yeah.
did.
Oh,
Camaro did.
Mustangs
cha-
never stopped
challenge-
production.
They never did. The Mustang has always been in production and has never stopped. So that's pretty crazy.
Oh,
Except for the Mach-E.
I
Yeah,
mess
I
with
did
cars
not-
that
I
have
did not
heritage,
know that.
especially when we're talking about passion things. Like my ultimate dream car, passion. There are plenty of other cars that I can pick for the price, especially
Pontiac Solstice.
right now.
Yes.
No, it is Ferrari 355.
Mm.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
is the pinnacle for me. That is what I'm going to get someday, and I was going to buy before I got my Porsche because they were 50 to 60 grand.
Rip.
They're 120 right now.
Yep.
Would you rather have a 355 or a Testarossa?
I would still get the
'Cause I would
355.
rather have a Testarossa.
Very
Testarossa
different
is
cars.
cool,
Very different
but-
cars.
Yeah, the 355 is just, and it has been labeled as the best sounding Ferrari in the history of Ferraris. So,
Okay. 360 Medinas.
beautiful car.
Oh,
You can
hold
drive
on,
it every
hold
day.
on.
You know what I mean?
Let's go through, pick two cars in the same price range but very different, and we all have to pick one. You go first, so I have the most time to think about it.
So explain to me the rules again.
Like, just pick any two cars that are in the same price range that are different, like
Okay.
very different from each other, and then we'll tell you which one we'd rather own.
Okay,
Oh, that's tough.
an R34 GTR.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So that's the price range of like, what price range are you putting that in?
I'm putting that in like 40 to 50.
Oh no, it's got to be current price.
Okay, current like
Yeah.
a brand new one. Okay, so
No,
Wait, what?
those sell for like 160,
are
bro.
you talking about R34 Skylines?
Oh, I'm stupid.
You said
Please,
35?
please edit this out. Yeah, R35.
Gotcha,
GTR.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
yeah, 30, 40, or 40 grand ish.
Mhm,
You know, you
yeah.
can get a used one for 40 grand.
Yeah.
R35s?
Yeah.
Yeah,
R35s aren't going for 40.
Oh yeah, they are.
yeah,
What?
Old ass high mileage ones are pretty worthless.
Like 08s?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
They're not expensive.
Not at all.
The new ones are still expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like high mileage stuff is
High
anywhere
mileage.
like
Yes,
40 to
I'm
60.
giving you a used R35 GTR.
Mhm.
Okay, or a brand new Z.
Oh.
That's actually a good one.
I would choose the Z. I would choose the Z.
Yeah.
Brand new Z,
Nah.
huh?
That's a hard one. That is a hard one. I wasn't expecting you to throw both of those.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might go R35 just for that silhouette kit we talked about.
Right.
That
Yeah,
is-
but then you have to spend more.
Yeah. What? You can spend more. Yeah.
And then you get a clapped out R35?
I'll rebuild it, dog.
You know how much money that's going to cost?
How many miles are on your car?
You know how expensive those motors are?
Yeah. It's fucking, this is hypothetical, bro.
There's nothing hypothetical about this.
See, he's so judgmental.
Yeah. I'm going R35 just to spite Steven now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your turn. Let's see what you got.
Ah, shit.
Because I still got nothing.
Yeah, I don't either.
All right. I'll go. Fucking, what's something in the price range of like 60, 70?
You can't ask me to
Okay,
give you a
good point.
car.
All right, we're gonna go lower. Miata or LS400.
LS400.
Even though Miata should be $500, but are somehow now the same price as like
Honestly,
the LS,
I would choose a Miata just
No.
because how go-kart feeling they are. It would be
as opposed to like a bus.
honestly, there's so much like hate on Miatas because they're just a Miata and everybody has them now.
I feel like
but
they don't
they're-
get any hate.
But
I feel like everybody loves them.
Miata.
Like for like the overwhelming majority. I feel like there's a lot of jokes about them, but I feel like everyone deep down is like, yeah,
they would romp one.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's Miata, it's a good car.
Why would you
Uh,
choose the LS over the Miata?
My
Styling and profiling.
Yes, styling and profiling 100% to the max because I cannot, if I had the opportunity, not saying that I haven't had the opportunity, but if this is my given choice between two cars, I cannot escape doing a traditional VIP LS build. Like I just cannot.
That's always going to be my answer.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
100%. I can't not.
In that price range of Miata,
Yeah.
of what I'd rather do is drive a VIP car.
Yeah.
But
100%.
there's also those exact kids that are in the comment sections being like, "Oh, you put camber on a LS, your car's a piece of shit because I put R888s on my stock Miata and I go to the track, and therefore I'm a better car guy than you." When this is the whole argument of like, cars can be whatever price in these same price ranges,
and it's all preference. Where it's just like
the price is based
you
on
having
the experience.
you having a Miata that you track every weekend doesn't mean you're a better car guy than this guy that cambered out his LS. No, it's just different stroke for different folks.
Yeah.
It's a common concept.
Yeah.
I just feel like that LS, and I'm sorry for all you Miata people. I don't hate you. I actually love Miatas, but I just think the style and the nostalgia for the LS is just,
in my eyes, definitely. Like I see all that old like 2000 tech.
yeah.
It's like, ooh.
See,
Yeah, what did they have going on in '98?
Dude, especially because, okay, so my brother had a 98 Lexus Soul, something ES300.
Oh, okay.
It's the weird shaped one.
Yeah.
I think they were called like Solaris or something weird. I don't remember. But they had freaking heated seats.
Yep.
They had like all this crazy luxury in these old Lexuses, and
It's
they're
like my
just so cool.
My LS430 that I sold a while ago was a ultra luxury package. That thing's got massaging rear seats.
The mirrors
all
move when you
heated.
back up.
Yeah, like it's got so much tech that like some modern cars don't have right
Yeah.
now.
See, my true Euro's coming out to where I would never buy like a car like that.
Mhm.
I would buy like a Audi A8
That
from
wasn't in the options, bruh.
2000.
It wasn't in the
Which-
options.
It fits into the same genre, but it's just Euro, not JD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right,
I got two cars.
So do yours. Yeah.
LC
Uh-huh.
or first
LC.
gen R8.
LC.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This is
I-
the perfect difference of like you're the R8 guy.
Which I
I'm
would pick the
LC
first
guy.
gen
Oh, I'm
R8
sorry.
hands down any day.
I'm picking the R8 too because actually, expose myself here. I'm a huge fanboy of the R8s. I love it. They drive great.
The
Yeah.
R8 has it's the first gen R8 because I could care less about the second gen R8s
Right.
honestly.
So
But
The
do they
first
look
gen
like a
R-
bar of soap?
no,
no,
Whack.
they look like beauty. The
The real beauty is a bar of soap.
that's true.
Dove car.
Dove.
Dove for car.
Perfect difference where it's two completely different cars, two completely different styles. But yeah, it's just something where it's like, here's an example. The first gen R8 is a pretty much a supercar in a way. The LC is as close to a supercar Lexus kind of got for like
Whoa.
in that style. of
whoa.
things.
What about the LFA guy?
LFA, yeah. The LC is just like a GT car, just a Grand Tour. It's like I look at the LC as being expensive in the same way that like a weirdly nice truck is expensive, and you're like, that was $100,000, and you're like, oh,
That
I guess
face-
not everything.
that face, yeah.
Not all the
Audi-
price
with-
goes.
with-
towards, like,
Audi
With the
doesn't have-
Boston accent.
yeah, this thing's $100,000.
This thing is.
You Boston, this thing's wicked.
Well, this has been long, rambly, and a little different.
Yeah, I would still choose the R8. Sorry, but
I still wouldn't. So it's
Yeah,
okay. We're all
I'm
on the
on the
same
other.
different page.
Well, to get back onto something that we're all used to and familiar around here, late night callouts.
Callouts, or can I show you guys this reaction real quick?
let's
Oh,
see
Because
this.
I've been
Oh,
on my phone chronically this week, and I found a good one. So
Let's see it.
this week, pulling up some real Virginia shit, or at least my dad's side of the family used to do this and kind of still does it.
So while Alex pulls that up, if you guys enjoyed this topic regarding what we talked about, or if you have anything you want to note and add in, comment down below, DM us, whatever it may be. Hope you enjoyed that topic, and it's something where we did kind of ramble on it, but it's something where,
We got a few messages from people who were saying we should be more like conversational,
yeah,
and
this was conversational.
very
These-
conversational.
these episodes are very experimental with like length and topic wise and all that stuff. We're still trying to find that sweet spot into what you guys enjoy the most, what we enjoy the most, and
Yeah.
make the most
So if
out
you
of
guys
it.
felt engaged to kind of this dynamic of how we are talking, let us know. It's something where we're always open to critique.
And without further ado,
Let's see it.
let's see you guys check out some boat racing.
Oh my!
This way. This does not come off throttle.
I'm in disbelief.
Wait.
That there's no way he's steering this thing. Like
Yeah.
this.
Wait.
What the?
You guys never seen this?
No.
Never in my life,
Yeah.
bro. There's no way a boat handles like this.
Shout out my cousins.
Wait, he's just flooring it through
Yeah,
the corners.
he's ripping it. It was a record for that day,
For that day, there's somebody who goes faster than this.
I think. This was just a
Whoa.
random clip I came across. I'm sure we'd find some crazy shit if we looked up like fastest.
Bro, I'm just baffled because I've never seen this
boat
type
handle like that?
Yeah, a boat handle
Yeah.
like this.
Look at
He's
that.
just flicking it around.
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
Who is it? Exactly. Who is this
that
guy?
What do you think about that?
That was wild.
You guys trying to do
Nuts.
some boat racing this weekend? Or
Let's
what?
do
Yeah,
some boat
actually,
racing.
Big
Well,
old
actually, this is
V8
something.
We just have to go buy a Hellcat.
Yeah.
And do some boat racing.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
There's boat races all over LA every night.
I'm actually like really, really into this. Not saying I'm into it right now, but like the concept of buying a boat, jamming a big twin turbo
Think about
LS
that.
into the back of that boat.
Twin turbo LS connected to like a 50-pound fiberglass shell.
Sounds like a ton of fun.
And you just
I've
send it.
always been like super engaged to like the gnarly like speedboat builds
Mhm.
with like
Oh, like the cigarette boat stuff, where they're just like super long and just chop through water,
Yeah.
well no,
go like 300 miles an hour.
not those but like the ones where like how Tyler was saying they slap in like a V12 or like a
Something
V8
stupid.
like a LS swapped speedboat with twin turbos like
yeah,
shit like that.
Yeah, there's definitely. I think there's a form of boat racing. It's like drag racing kinda, and then there's
Yeah.
like the cigarette boat stuff, and then there's like that, which is like the boat equivalent of like track racing.
Yeah.
which is
That's
so sick.
autocross for boats. What
Yeah,
the hell
yeah.
is that even
It's
called?
almost in like a marsh or like swamp kind of.
Which
Yeah,
my
but it's like they
shallow
cut
water.
out channels for that. That's
Yeah.
like what
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
is that a man-made
Yeah, yeah.
course?
Yeah, I think so. Most
Which-
of those courses are. I don't know if that
which
one
my boat would
particular-
be exactly how I built my car, where I build it to
Not
make
driving?
it look cool and drive fast, but then it just drives.
My boat would just sink, and I'd be like, "That's on purpose."
How many
Uh,
turbos could we slap onto a boat, Tyler?
At least seven.
At least 7,
Lemon.
7?
Yeah.
I don't like odd numbers. 8.
8. Yeah. One per cylinder.
But no, that's wild. That's like the
if-
same shit
Terrifying.
when we saw the fan car reaction video from like
Oh, yeah,
previous
yeah, yeah,
episode. Like seeing that and reacting to it, that's like the same concept
yeah,
of
because
like
it's like
it's
suction.
not a car, but like that's a boat.
It's
but,
visually
like,
weird to see.
It's
Yeah.
just seeing something be able to drive
Just like-
or boat that fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it's like the fan car, like
To
hitting the corners.
I had to
the
boat
boat-
that.
Yeah, how to boat that fast.
That should be boating.
Yeah, boat.
Yeah, I was boating this weekend. We were going boat speeds.
Yeah.
Boat speed.
Yeah. But
I'm just like I still don't understand the concept of how that sits in the water like that. Like what is underneath that boat
It's
to
all
let
about,
it steer
like-
like that?
if you watch it very closely, like when you turn so early, and it's all about like the transfer of weight like into the wake kind of.
Well, also the boat, if I'm not mistaken, it comes somewhat to a point at the bottom of the boat.
As all
So
boats
when-
do. Yeah.
So, but I'm not sure about their design with it, where
Yeah.
if it comes to
Yeah.
a harder point, if it has a harder fin, where when it does turn, it
got
will
some sort of,
kind
like,
of pick up.
Gnarly rudder on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word I was looking
Yeah.
at.
Rudder.
If
Yeah.
anybody has any knowledge of these aquatic sports, bang my line.
Aquatic sports.
I don't know boats. I gotta
Yeah.
go to boating school.
I wanna know how. I
Someone-
wanna know what I gotta do to get into this. And when you hit me with a budget that's over $100,000, I'm out.
It's not that expensive to get
I've-
into like the smaller stuff, but I'm just saying.
Go
if you
big or
want-
go home.
yeah.
Speedboat.
You don't even
nation.
need a big trailer. Those boats are like as big as this table. Anyways, let's go into
That's
the
a
Yeah.
one-way ticket to me drowning.
I think
Okay,
that was a solid find for this week.
that was a
Solid.
solid find. I'm interested. I found something new that I can spend money on.
You might be YouTubing tonight later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till after SEMA.
Oh, SEMA boat build.
SEMA boat build.
I'm also on SEMA. And Young Guns, our regionals, are competing in August and September. And they're like, hey, your car has to be mostly done
And your car's mostly not done.
Mostly not done.
Hey, you're
Rest in
further
peace.
than me, so it's okay.
Yeah, both y'all are on some crunch time, and I'm on some lunch time. Anyways, let's get into the call outs.
The late night call outs.
All right, Tyler, you're first.
Okay. This one is personal to me. It's one of my homies. He does not put his name on IG, so I don't know if I'm going to disclose his name, but it's VQ1 of 1 if you guys are looking.
Oh.
Very unique build. I don't know if you guys have seen this car out and about because he doesn't really show it too often. He used to show it a few years ago for a little bit and then not. The craziest thing is that he had gone in and done this whole one-off wide body for his G35, right? And it was crazy. And then he decided to then get a Liberty Walk kit and have them make the first G35 Liberty Walk wide body kit for his car after it was already wide bodied. So it's a wide body on top of a wide body.
I was gonna say it looks like that.
It's a wide body on top of a wide body. If you look at the rear tail lights, you can see how far.
Wait, so it's
Yeah.
a one of one kit?
Wild.
Well, which makes sense. His license plate is
VQ 101.
one of one. But that it's from Liberty Walk
Yeah,
They designed it. That's wild.
just for his car.
just for him.
That is insane.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah. Well, you guys can talk to him. I'll link him up. He's friends with Dana. I really don't know how that came to be. How he convinced them to make that kit for him. But he said that it took him months. I think it was something like that.
Damn.
To convince him to do that. And the craziest thing is like it's not just the bodywork, it also has performance. It's supercharged.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
it's like
Hence the hood bump.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts.
Big VQ guys.
Yeah.
That thing is pretty damn wide.
It's one of the early cars that had inspired me to do something drastically custom. He has a quote on one of the pictures that he posted. He said, "I'm a simple guy. If they don't make it for my car, I build it."
Where
Facts. No,
Mhm.
I remember when I first got into kind of the show side of things, went out to local like actual shows and seeing this and seeing it like win and stuff like that. And it was
I
pretty
know.
wild.
Yeah, and big ups to him because he recently, when I say recently, in 2020, bought a GTR as well. So
Oh,
going
wait. I
on?
think I saw this when it was gray.
it's been green.
It used to be gray.
How long ago?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't great. That's somebody else's car.
Oh, is that somebody
Oh,
else?
okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Maybe I've seen that other guy's
The
car.
guy- yeah, the other guy's car.
I was going to say, I recognize that, like, tiny little piece on the back.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
so that gray one's different.
yeah. That's his. That's another guy.
Gotcha. Yeah, that thing's pretty
Oh,
wild,
yeah.
dude. Wide body
It's
on
insane.
wide body.
Shout out the homie VQ 1 of 1. Follow his stuff.
Well,
Thanks, bro.
Hell yeah. Good pick, dude.
Yeah.
What about you, Steve?
So
What are you feeling, Steve?
What am I feeling? I'm feeling some more wide body.
Oh, no.
And this one's on a Euro. So I am calling out. I can't pronounce his Pajak Carboneer. His actual name is Lucas. Over in Europe, I don't know which country exactly. I think it's Russia or something. But you've probably seen it if you're on social media.
It's made its rounds.
He builds some crazy AMG GTs, GTRs, and pretty much built all the modifications for them. Mainly the one that stands out is kind of the wide body kit and all the aero components. And the craftsmanship out of it looks absolutely insane. I know the cars are out there for Ultra Race, and they got plenty of exposure, and seeing photos of the cars up close. Of course, I can't see them in person, which I wish I could, but seeing them up close photo-wise, they're proper parts. And
Yeah, I'm sure it's just as good in person. This is one of those cars that
yeah.
I highly doubt it's clapped in
which
person.
I'm sure there's plenty of money put into development, into developing the wide body kit, the aero components, all the carbon parts, even like the wheels and suspension and stuff like that, as like all the control arms. That's all through his company Carboneer as well. So anything you need for these AMG GT line cars, all the components he or pretty much it's through his company Carboneer, which is pretty cool. So
Look how wild those rear turbofans are.
They are.
Yeah.
It's insane.
yeah,
And you want to know what's also crazy? If you want to see
Well,
one
look
of
at
these,
this one on.
Yeah, the full face one in the front.
Yep.
if you
Yeah.
want to see how these kits are shipped, because they take so much pride in this company, it's actually insane. Evan Shanks has one of these.
Is it the same one?
It's the same
Okay,
one.
yeah.
You should see the
It's
crate that
huge.
this thing comes
Oh,
in.
you know who also has this kit? Impressive Wrap.
Impressive Wrap. Jeff.
They also have one on their
I
the
filmed it.
orange AMG.
I filmed it. I shot it. It was
Oh,
sick.
around here?
Yeah.
Impressive
yeah,
Wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize that was this kit until I came across
Yes.
Lucas's the company / his personal page and seeing it.
Uh,
One thing that I absolutely love, which I hate because now it's becoming a trend and more people are doing it. which
GT3 front
sucks.
fenders.
No,
Oh.
the LED light on the spoiler.
Oh, it's so cool.
This is
on
the
the
only one
wing.
I've seen like this other than like track cars.
really.
Yeah.
So I saw a TikTok a few weeks ago of somebody retrofitting an LED onto their wing, which
It looks
sure,
sick. It looked good.
I'm sure like it doesn't look like this because from my knowledge, this wing is custom built with the LED in it.
Yeah, that looks like OEM. That's like wildly clean.
So, which I give complete props to, and it's something where if I'm when I do put like a chassis mount rear wing on the GTI that I'll custom make,
Hey.
not the type
what?
of chassis mount you're thinking.
Okay.
Would you
Can't
guys
picture that on the GTI.
Would you guys consider? Would you consider? Would you guys consider that a big brake kit?
A chassis mount?
No, I was talking about the stupid brake light in the wing.
Wow.
Jesus.
I'll count it.
But that's something where it's like trying to do something like it looks so damn cool.
Yeah. I love those cars. Too.
Yeah, it
That's
looks
like
sick.
one
But-
of my favorite.
Yeah, overall
Euro cars.
this car is well done. And what I want to see, Lucas, if you end up seeing this or anything like that, I want to see one of these kits molded to the car. That would be wild. But props to you, props to the business, and
And Lucas, if you're
Um,
watching this, come do our podcast. Thanks.
yeah, come fly over to the US of A.
Yeah, just a little light cross country, cross globe flight.
Nothing big, dude.
But yeah,
Just for a podcast.
best of wishes to you overseas and with the company, and wishing you all the best with the growth of the company and everything you do.
Word. All right.
Last but not least,
Tyler and I are going to be very familiar with this one specifically. Sean of It's Okay and his BK2 Genesis. This thing, I mean, you know, Sean's been
He's been around.
super OG of the Genesis community. Still hanging on to it. It's like better than ever.
What do you
now.
mean hanging on to it?
That sounded bad, but
What do you
it's-
mean hanging on?
He still got it, but it's gone
Still
through.
got it.
you still got yours.
I'm
Whoa.
saying it's gone
Taking
through
shots.
so many phases. Is what I'm trying to say. Like it's been a different color every year. It's been
Yeah.
like full body changes every year. He totaled it, fixed it himself.
He's gone through the paces with it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
many different wheel setups. Another wide body car shout out today. Rare
Wide-
for me.
Sponsored by Wide Bodies.
Sponsored by Self Tappers.
No.
But no, it is like a full drift build. He's been building it for forever, trying to get it to
Yeah.
the point where it finally is like right now, which I'm super stoked for him. But it was bagged for a long time, and he was like one of the only dudes out there really like
Shaking
trying
the
to
table.
prove. Not me.
Oh.
Really like trying to prove that like you can do like track or performance setups on bags, and he is no longer on bags.
Proves the point. You can't.
Yeah, I mean you can.
Just kidding.
He just blew quite a few, so I think he got over it. But it's like one of my favorite Genesis builds just because of the use it gets. This thing gets
Yeah.
ripped on, and I highly recommend checking it out. Obviously, check out It's Okay as well. Collab coming soon. That's gonna be sick. We working on it. We've been working on it. It's almost about to go into production.
Which
And
I gotta
big shout out for keeping the Gen community alive, baby.
Yeah, for real.
I gotta give respect out to him with It's Okay. As
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's
I've-
Okay is taking over the world, dude.
I've been following that brand before. Like I even knew you.
Oh, yeah.
And been like keeping my eye out on it just for like inspiration stuff. Like for example, like with my brand, like when I
Mhm.
was really pushing out stuff with the brand, it's it's really cool what he does, and he has a really good creative
Oh, yeah.
mind. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
cool
crazy.
to watch.
I
It's pretty okay.
it's
It's okay.
it's alright.
It's
I tell this story all the time, but when he was starting that brand, he was like asking me some questions about when I was doing like Street Akuma stuff, and he was like, "I think the brand name is gonna be It's Okay.gg," and I remember putting down my phone and I was like, "Damn it, that's so good! Like people are gonna buy that shit up, dude," which they did. So congrats to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, much love. Appreciate you guys watching this episode.
Thank you guys so much. Again, comment, let
subscribe.
yeah, let us
Do
know
all
what you
that
think.
stuff.
If you're watching us on Spotify, give us a 5-star review. I heard that helps. Also, if you're on Spotify, can you comment on Spotify? No.
I don't think so.
Damn, I was gonna say
Just give that 5-star.
I want to know how many people are watching the Spotify. Do we have exact numbers?
Yeah,
Ian, or
we
no?
got numbers, bro. We got like
Oh, we did.
It's half. It's
Yeah.
split.
it's
Word.
literally
Shout out to the half of y'all on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever.
yeah,
it is.
wherever you guys are listening.
wherever you guys get your podcast.
Like if you're just listening to our voices and not seeing our faces at all,
Our beautiful faces.
maybe one episode go to YouTube, watch us,
We
and
have-
then go back and listen.
yeah,
The
especially
videos
Yeah,
are on
change it
Spotify,
up.
bruh.
Come on.
for the
Oh, they are.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
they're getting uploaded. They just take a while. It
Yeah.
takes. I got a couple more to do.
Right. But
But,
watch us on
yeah.
YouTube. Help us out with the algorithm because we're trying to grow. Your boys out here trying to grow.
Trying to have a good time with some homies, spread some love, spread some car talk, and do some car stuff.
Right.
All right.
Sick.
Have a good day.
peace.
Bye.